Hey guys, how the are you? My name's Klayton Fioriti. We talk about movies here. I figured if you want to actually get my opinion on movies, you better know what kind of movies I like to watch, so pay close attention. I'll be going through probably my top 10 favorite movies. 10 because I just think that's a solid number. So most of these movies I've seen dozens of times, sometimes probably hundreds, I'm not gonna lie. But they're movies that are pretty special to me, movies that meant something to my childhood, movies that I actually grew up watching and, you know, making memories with. And the first one we're going to talk about is Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi is decent for a Star Wars movie. It used to be like universally praised. Now it's just kind of like, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I like it. I had a lot of fun with Return of the Jedi. I actually saw it way later than most people. I missed it when it came back out in theaters in '97. I remember seeing all of these trailers on TV for the new Jabba the Hutt stuff and the original Star Wars, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But I was too busy watching the Jurassic Park movies to give a shit to go see a Star Wars movie. I saw it way later and really like it. It has a few stupid moments in it, specifically Boba Fett. When Boba Fett dies, that's just dumb, inexcusable. But it is one of my favorite movies. Actually, a lot. You'll find a probably recurring themes going on here in terms of what I actually like. All right, next up, The Temple of Doom. I remember watching The Temple of Doom when I was around 7 or 8 years, probably 7 years old. The one scene that sticks with everybody is where Mola Ram rips the heart out of the guy's chest and like holds it while it's on fire. I remember seeing that, and I wasn't a little kid anymore. I was a little bit older. And I had already grown up on that Jurassic Park stuff, so that really brutal. I like sick, twisted shit. That was cool as hell. The movie's really good. It has, again, one really, really stupid fucking moment of Indiana Jones, Short Round, and Steven Spielberg's wife. I don't remember her name, but they're Willie Scott. They're falling out of a plane in a raft, and the raft is inflating while it's falling out of the sky. None of them die. They're all in the raft. It inflates, hits the fucking ground, goes off the side of a cliff for like the 10 stories, and then hits the water, and they float to India. No. That would never happen. Okay, next up is The Lost World, Jurassic Park. I didn't expect this movie to be talked about so much, but it's been 20 years now, which is insane. My 4th birthday party had a Lost World birthday cake, and I had the baby T-Rex like on the actual cake. It was awesome. I love it. The movie is extremely good. It's better than I think most people remember, because most people, when they're actually thinking about the movie, they kind of get stuck in the stigma of how it was when it came out, and it didn't get a lot of negative response when it came out. It was pretty mixed. But it's been on a lot of top 10 lists lately. Top 10 most underrated sequels, most underrated Jurassic Park sequel, most underrated sequels of the 90s. It's really good. And again, it does have that one fucking issue that the last couple movies had, and it's one scene in the movie that it's inexcusable. Velociraptor gymnastics. If you've seen the movie, what the fuck? That being said, I'd actually really love to talk about Lost World more, because it's not just because it's one of my favorite movies, but because I think there's a lot of criticism leveled at that movie that doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. It's nothing about the quality of the film. It's something that they just get upset in the way it was handled. I think the big problem for people with that movie is they wanted Jurassic Park 2. They didn't want a new movie, which was a lot of problem for Temple of Doom. People fucking hated that when it came out. I can't imagine anyone hating the Temple of Doom, but yeah, no one, when that thing came out, it got ripped to shreds. Now it's, an undisputed Steven Spielberg classic. And I feel The Lost World is not only a better movie, but it's probably going to get that way eventually. All right, so next up, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Back when video stores were still a thing, saw Temple of Doom, rented it, watched it again, realized there was more, so I went out and I rented Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade. I love both of those movies. Raiders of the Lost Ark was the next one I saw, and it was better. I actually haven't seen it in a long time. I can just remember that snake scene, and I can remember the face melting at the end of the movie and how fucking disturbing that was. But it was a really good movie, really well shot, really well edited, really well acted. Some of the best acting in any movie, actually, especially for the time, was in that movie. It's a period piece in the 30s. Fucking classic. All right. The original Star Wars. Really good movie. Has some problems, you have to admit. It's not a flawless movie. I had a hell of a time though at it, I wish I'd caught it back in the day. My Star Wars nostalgia is specifically Phantom Menace related. Take that, for what you want to. You can say that's either bullshit or not, but it's not a very good movie. But I wish I had a little more of that original trilogy. What can be said about Star Wars that hasn't been said? It's fucking cool, and I like it. The Last Crusade. This is the best Indiana Jones movie. I don't care what anyone says. The dynamic between Sean Connery and Harrison Ford is fucking spot on. I love it. Junior, where the fuck are you, Junior? That part where Sean Connery shoots the shit out of the back of the plane, and he says it was one of the Nazis. It's awesome. If you haven't seen Last Crusade, the fuck is wrong with you? Now we're getting into some deep shit. Jaws. This movie has some of the coolest fucking characters I've ever seen in the movie. Specifically Captain Quint. What the fuck does he say? He's like, this ain't gonna be like chasing bluefins or tommycods. You shark, swallow you whole. For that, you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing. It's perfect. Jaws has no flaws. It's fucking awesome. Alright, next. The best Star Wars movie that will probably ever be made. Empire Strikes Back. And it does have some issues, but they're really minute. I'm not even gonna fucking explain why I like that. It's fucking good, man. It's really good. Alright, now this one's a bit different. It's The Lion King. Yeah, I love The Lion King. I remember watching that movie over and over again on VHS, along with Aladdin and Hercules. The Lion King is by far the best. It's probably, and I'm not exaggerating, I think The Lion King's probably the best movie Disney has ever put out. Live action, animation, anything like that. And the reason being is because it actually deals with really serious issues of death, loss, running away from your problems when they're that serious, especially regarding family. It's fucking brutal watching Mufasa fall, the whole long live the king thing. I can't wait to see this remade, by the way. If this is half as good as Jungle Book, it's gotta be fucking cool. But everyone loves The Lion King that's a part of my generation. It's just something that I guess we all kind of grew up with. It was really popular. It was really easy for your fucking mom and dad to just put something in a VCR and leave. And by the way, a lot of the movies that they do that to kids now, they talk down to kids. They're really stupid. They're like, you should do your homework and don't be a little bitch. This was like, nah, he's dead. It's your fault. You fucking run, Simba. You run the fuck away and come back and murder the shit out of fucking Uncle Scar. Yeah, you can't do that today. They'll be traumatized for life. I have a little sister that has probably never seen this movie, and that breaks my heart. Number one, this movie had the biggest impact on modern films today, and it's my favorite. It's been my favorite movie my entire life. I fucking love it. If I had to say one thing that defined my entire childhood, it would be Jurassic Park. This movie's great. Steven Spielberg actually, fun fact, said that the reason he made Jurassic Park was because he's never been able to do a sequel to Jaws. And it's funny, that's kind of how it works out. Jurassic Park it's just awesome. I can remember watching that thing over and over. I think it was the first movie I ever saw. Back to back to back. I probably saw Jurassic Park 200 times before the year 2000. That's how much I watched that shit. That's how much it was ingrained in me. And a little fun story for you about Jurassic Park and how much this shit affected my childhood and how much I got away with, I guess. One day in like a church daycare center, they asked us to bring in a movie. And I was the one that was like, yeah, I'll bring in a movie. Good, little Klayton, what are you going to bring in? Oh, I'll bring in Barney. And I had a Barney videotape back then, and my Jurassic Park cover got smashed after watching it like a million times and shoving it back in there. And yeah, I took the Barney cover, and this dumb bitch, I can't believe she didn't look at the freaking label on the VHS. I put Jurassic Park in the Barney case, and I'd fast forward it to the part where the T-Rex breaks out and eats the lawyer on the toilet. And she just put it in there, pressed play, and walked out of the room. I scared the fuck out of a ton of kids that day. Because I guess not everyone was allowed to see that back then. Tough shit. I did you a favor. If you're traumatized, you're fucking lucky that I was in your class. I love the movie. There's really nothing bad I could say about it. Does it have issues? I wouldn't call them issues with the movie. I'd call them more like blooper problems, specifically with that metal crane hand that's turning the eggs. Yeah, it disappears out of frame a couple of times. That movie's great, and it really, I watched that. You have no idea how much I fucking watched that movie. I love it. I love Jurassic Park. Tons of stories about me playing Jurassic Park with my friends back in the day. I remember us, debating like around 1999. Hey, Jurassic Park had 1 T-Rex, right? And my friends would be like, yeah. The Lost World had 2, right? They'd be like, yeah. Jurassic Park 3 is gonna have 3 fucking T-Rexes. You can imagine our disappointment. But yeah, that's it, guys. I just thought I'd share with you some of my favorite movies, just to give a little taste. This is my first fucking video. I'll be doing a lot of this. I think the next stuff I'm gonna do is Alien. There's a new Alien movie coming out, and I really want to see it. I'm one of the few people that thought Prometheus was a damn good movie. So, yeah, I'll be checking those out. Appreciate you checking out this video. There's a lot more wacky, stupid ass shit coming your way if you subscribe to this channel, so stay tuned. Junior!